Hello everyone, my name is Ved and I'm a scientist and entrepreneur by profession. And today I'm going to share with you a few thoughts about how not just to survive in this economy but to thrive big time in this economy. Okay. Uh, if you are in a little bit of fear zone because of the whatever uncertainty that is happening in the marketplace, then I would say you are not alone. Pretty much everybody has experienced that. But the question is, do we succumb to that pain or do we figure out solutions to and overcome that? Okay. So what I am going to share with you are a few thoughts which I have learned from my personal experience as well as from all the successful entrepreneurs whom I interact with, what they do to make the best out of the so-called a bad economy. Remember some of the top companies like WhatsApp, Groupon, and a few other companies like that were launched and they thrived big time in the previous so-called bad economy. My mentor says that who is a successful entrepreneur, he says that when our neighbors lose a job, it's called recession. But when we lose a job, it's called depression. I don't want you guys to get into to a depressing mode by coming up with solutions to make that work. Okay. We have recently learned that having just one stream of income is not sufficient, and sometimes it can be a little risky decision to make because uh, if something happens to our job, then what will happen to our fixed expenses, right? Like car loan, home loan, and many other things. So my mentors always have taught me to live a life below my means and constantly work towards raising my means so that I can accomplish a lot more. Okay. So I'm going to share with you a few thoughts about my journey so far as a PhD scientist as well as a professional here. I graduated in a scenario somewhat like pandemic. It was winter season, everything was closed. I had exactly 3 months to find a job, or else I would have to leave this country because of the immigration laws. Further, being an immigrant, I had very limited number of options because I have to find a job exactly in my domain. So just like everybody in my senior, I started focusing a lot upon my technical skills, trying to find a job which exactly fits my job description. How many people on this call have tried that? If yes, then put yes in the chat box. I sent out hundreds of applications, but nothing good came out. That's when I learned eventually that it was a very ineffective approach. In this period, I started interacting with lots of successful entrepreneurs and top professionals. I learned that they have a different level of thought process. They shared with me a few thoughts which I'm going to talk about. For example, the first one was we don't get what we want, we get who we are. So if we want a better life, then we have to become a better person. Okay, from internally by personal development. And some of the top professionals they always focus upon different personal development aspects like people skills, networking, identifying methods to become unique instead of focusing on the technical skills. Technical skills only leads to 15% of their success. Rest 85% comes from all of the other areas that I talked about. It was a surprising fact for me. If it is a surprising fact for you, type one in the chat box now. Uh, Actually, if you observe in the real world, some of pretty much every company is like that. Like the top professionals, like PhDs, work at the bottom. Then they are managed by master's level people, and they are managed by bachelor's level people. And that CEO of the company is usually a college dropout. It's funny, isn't it? So that was one of the important facts. Another fact which I learned from them is that they're always long-term thinkers. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. They always diversify and have multiple streams of income. In fact, an average millionaire has got 7 streams of income. How many do we have? Maybe one or two. So I would highly encourage you to start thinking differently now and start figuring out ways to become more flexible and more spread out. Okay. Um, so following those recommendations, I implemented that in my life and tried to find a job which could somehow fit into my resume, but I was open-minded. So I found a position which I was a little overqualified for. I didn't do much negotiation there for my salary because if I get a high-paying job, it takes away my flexibility. Okay, and that discourages the fact which I was mentioning a few minutes ago. I didn't leave my country and come all the way to America just to live a mediocre life. I could have done that very, very well back in India, right? So, in fact, there's a reason why America is called the land of opportunity, not the land of jobs. Uh, You come here, you make the best out of the economy. If you're just doing a job, you are not doing the best. In fact, 70% of the millionaires who are in America are first generation millionaires. Think about it. So what are we doing about it is the question. I'm not saying that jobs are bad. It's amazing. I'm very thankful for that. In fact, I invest into my personal development. I do very well there. Uh, I become indispensable for the organization by my people skills and leadership skills. But at the same time, I utilize my non-productive time and my network to grow myself as well as learn from other people. Because of all the hard work, I was able to earn a partnership with successful entrepreneurs and learn how to establish my own companies. Today, I run two online companies in parallel to my full time profession, which are debt free and profitable. And because of which, I'm in a position where eventually, very soon, I'll be not needing my job. I might work for fun, but not for money. Uh, so the question is, are you working for because of fear, or are you working because of your dream? If you are working because of fear, then time to change something about that. If you are working towards dreams, amazing. I would love to hear more about your story from you over a LinkedIn conversation. Uh, so overall, to summarize, work towards chasing your dreams, not live in fear, because burnout usually happens when we are living in fear all the time. Uh, True satisfaction comes when we are adding value to others' lives through our purpose and our vision. Okay, so it might sound a little difficult because handling two jobs, two businesses outside of job might be little challenging for people. But what I have learned is my mentors run multiple businesses in multiple countries. If they can do it, why can't I? So all I did was to follow the right guidance from the right people and implemented that in my life. I learned that it's okay to fail, especially for people who are perfectionists like me. We want everything perfect. But what I learned is perfection is another word for procrastination. And procrastination is like credit card. We keep swiping. It's amazing. It feels good. But when the bill comes, that's when we start suffering. Okay. So, what I would like you to do is to start speaking what you want. Don't say that I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have this, I don't have that. Instead of saying I can't do it, say how can I do it. The moment you say that, you start figuring out a lots of answers. Remember, if I can do it, anybody else can. It's no rocket science. Okay, so stop worrying about what other people will think. Think about what your kids will think or your next generation is going to think. I will leave you with this last thought. Employees complain, entrepreneurs figure out. So go ahead and figure out your life and make the world the best place to live in. With that, I come to the end of my talk today. If you want any more tips on job search or starting a business, you may feel free to reach out to me. Depending upon my availability, I might answer you. Okay. With that, have a nice day.